Hitler and Mother Teresa are not in the same category. I don't know about Mother Teresa's personal faith, so it's not the best example. But you know what I'm getting at. If I asked my son, Barnabas say when he was home, he was the last son who was home. They're all married now, all four of the boys have their own kids, and they're learning these things firsthand. I want you to wash the car if you want to use it tonight to go to the basketball game. He asks if he can, can I have the car to go to the ball game tonight? And I say, sure. Would you wash it for me before you go? Just like to have it clean for tomorrow. And he gets really bent out of shape. And he didn't set that in his schedule, and he doesn't want to do it. And I said, well, Barnabas, I don't want to be picky, but that's the requirement. So wash the car, and sure, you can have it tonight. And he walks out of the room fuming at me. I'm his father, right? Now that fuming at me is not a good thing. He should be willingly submissive, obey his dad, be thankful that he can use the car, wash it. And he stomps out as though he's not going to do what I say. And then I notice an hour or two later, he's out in the driveway. And everything in his body is exuding, I don't want to be doing this. And I'm angry at my dad for doing this. Now he's doing what I told him to do. How does that make me feel? Is he obeying me? In the raw, external sense, but not in the heart sense that makes any difference to me at all. He is being totally governed by principles different than his love for me. That's the way unbelievers build hospitals. It is a good thing that hospitals get built, and it's a good thing that unbelievers build them. AIDS crisis centers, and food for the hungry, and endless kinds of things that are right to happen in the raw external sense. God wants compassion to abound in the world. But the attitude, if you actually boil it down to God issues, which are the ones that count, they're oblivious of God, they're not relying upon God, they don't care about God, they're blackballing God, they're not trusting God, they're giving Him zero attention of their time. And so they're like me watching my son. God is like me watching my son wash the car. Well, the car will be clean tomorrow, and that's my will for my Sunday driving. But my son is in rebellion. That's amazing. So you just try to feel how sinful this world is. If you feel it, it will change the way you articulate the problem of evil and blessing in the world. God never treats anybody unjustly when there's a hurricane or a tsunami or an earthquake or a tornado or a random shooting. Nobody who gets taken out in one of those events is ever being treated wrongly by God. We're always treated better than we deserve. Always. The amazing thing is not that any of us right now are sick in this room. The amazing thing is that any of us are alive in this room and surviving from moment to moment in view of how corrupt our hearts are. Was it Vodi Balcom who told the story? Getting into an argument on the problem of evil with a student on a campus, and the student was in his face about how God hadn't treated him or his family or his campus the way he thought he should. And Vodi stopped him and said, "The main question you need to answer is why God didn't kill you in your sleep last night. Why you woke up this morning. You take that totally for granted. Like, I deserve that? Every morning I wake up, I don't deserve to wake up. I don't deserve any health. I don't deserve a marriage that has lasted and is happy." But you don't feel these things until the weight of depravity lands on you. Another illustration of making sure God is in the picture when we talk about depravity, James 2:10-11. Whoever keeps the whole law, yet stumbles in one point, he has become guilty of all. Amazing. You stumble in one point of the law, you're guilty of having disobeyed the whole law. That's just, almost anybody would say that's just off the charts exaggerated. Just please. That means everybody's going to get executed for minor traffic violations. So what's he going to say to explain that? And here's his ground, his explanation. For he who said, "Do not commit adultery," also said, "Do not commit murder." That's his answer. So do you see what he does? He says, the reason I'm talking like this, the reason I'm saying that one infraction of the law makes you guilty of the whole law is because he said that, which means an offense against the living, infinite God is over. Just one. It's just over. There's something so cataclysmic in moral significance about a creature lifting up its will against its Creator, infinitely perfect, infinitely glorious, infinitely holy Creator, and saying, no, that just ends it. That is so huge, it covers everything. His guilt is universal. Because he's the same God who says one and the other. The issue, the argument for why this holds is that he who said the one said the other, and you're opposing him. It's not that different commandments are of different significance, rather, he's of infinite significance, and you've just resisted him. And that's an infinite offense. So, those several passages give you the flavor of why I think depravity is serious, namely because it has to do with God.